Hi guys, right, it's been a long time since I've done one of these. Record a video first and then upload it. But yeah, I want to talk about this mental health group down in Gasainan. And I've been referred to them many a times, and I've stated many a times, I do not have a mental health problem. I have what's considered as a stress problem. And the stress problem is when I got attacked, I basically defended myself and kept somebody alive, but I ended up losing my home, and that's caused me a lot of stress over the years, right? And it's how stupid the South Wales authorities are. Sorry, guys, I almost went into a Farmer Giles or a pirate thing. Anyway, yeah. So, and when you try and speak to these people, I notice there's a certain agenda going on. It's not about helping you. It's about them just being compliant within a establishment system, right? It's not there to help you. It doesn't matter what you do and all of that. That's basically trying to get yourself, off the grid and all that sort of thing. They try to keep you in the grid and all that and compliant and try to get you on much medication they can. And I've seen that, from my own research and all that. And basically, there is an agenda to get everybody, on medication, even if you have mental health or not. And I remember there was a book, on creating as much fake mental health, psychological evaluations and all of that. Despite then, it would undermine the real health issues, the mental health issues, and all that. But anyway, so basically, as many of us know, they're trying to get the whole of society, or the whole world on medication and much more, and also what we've seen with it. Yeah. So, and if you go and check the reviews, guys, you get like one or two that's all for them, but a lot they've done it in like 1.8, guys. A lot of people, find these people at it says, yeah, I have been. Wait at that one. That one's mine actually. I've been with TY EINON for a long time. We're big time elapsed gaps, and I've noticed that people at this place don't really hurry to help, but keep a lot of vulnerable people waiting while the circumstances get worse and worse to the point of death. This is a terrible place, despite looking professional, only with a very common purpose. If everyone knows about the common purpose group, yeah. With the socialists and yeah. Anyway, attitude I find, despite some might think they are helping. So you got another one here. If I could give it a 0, then I would. I have mental health issues alongside a recent brain injury, and I'm so lucky that I have a supportive mother. And they've wrote a massive review, which I'm not going to read all of it. But also, and it wasn't for the brain team elsewhere, not China, but elsewhere that was helping. And her and the mother, they would not have any support. But yeah, was referred to a month ago for ADHD medication monitoring and told that if I couldn't get in contact within 2 weeks, it would assume that you do not wish to be offered an appointment with our service. But the trouble is, it says, I called and left 2 messages within the 2 weeks. Nobody has responded. Yep, that's the problem we get. They're obnoxious to this place. They think they know better than you. You know what I mean? And the thing is, as well, I told them, when I went to them, I told them the reasons why and this, that, and so forth. And when they put me under a review and asked me a question, you guys are going to laugh at this, right? They asked me, do you hear voices? Yeah, I said, yeah, it's called my conscience. And they went, oh. Because I think these psychological teams forget that people do hear the voices and all that. It's a conscience telling you, what's right and what's wrong. I know a lot of people just go yes, and then they get like all medicated up and so forth. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. I know what they mean. They mean, do you hear the devil and stuff like that? But what if one day you did hear the devil? You know what I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's. I mean, most of the time, yeah, you can put it up to. Mental health, and you don't hear the devil. But what if one day a person actually does hear the devil? I mean, these psychological examinations are actually flawed in many different ways. But and then all of a sudden, then this is one of the other questions as well, right? I had to laugh, right? One of the questions was, does the TV speak to you? Yeah, at this place, China. I guess what I said, yes, of course. How else am I going to bloody hear it? Like, these people at the China Center are not particularly bright. The questions that they, ask you about your mental health can easily categorize everybody in society. If you answer, if you're not, sharp or on the ball and all that, you could get yourself sectioned without realizing it. You could not have a mental health issue or nothing like that. But because you answered a certain way, or you could have been sarcastic, you get yourself locked up. You know what I mean? Just by the line of questioning and everything else. So you've got to be on the ball with these people, because the line of question is so vague and open to try and get every sections. It's unbelievable with these places. You know what I mean? And the thing is as well, if you just are a little bit stressed out as well, the police will take you to these mental health places, and it's like, but the police don't see your little bit of stress is caused by them. In certain circumstances and all that, they just feel, oh, it's not us. When actually the police can be the cause of many, many mental health issues, or why people have got high stress levels. I know a lot of people have felt suicidal once, been dealing with the police and everything else. I know we're supposed to be living in a world that's like, oh, happy and fuzzy, when that is not the case. It's a mixture of things going on. And for life to be happy and so forth, then we all got to deal with the dark issues at hand right now. On a global, local, and individual level. And when you try and tell these Muppets in these mental health places like Tianan, not all are like Tianan. When I say like Tianan, I mean, if you're a pretty good mental health thing and you actually do properly help and all of that and so forth, this is not for you. But for someone like TY EINON and all of that and so forth, that are very, very rude in many departments and all of that, and arrogant and all of that, and the thing is as well, they make you feel vulnerable in this place as well. They make you feel insecure, vulnerable, and all of that. Then they make your stress levels go up and all of that, right? And because this is why myself and other people don't want to go to these places. And the thing is as well, what I know is more than anything, my stress over the years has been with the authorities. I'm not anti-authority. That's the thing, because I believe we've all got our own version of authority. I got my own version of authority, which I can come across as authoritative if I wanted to. I got people around me that can come across as authoritative as well, and so forth, and everything else. So we all got our own versions of it, and we all can put that across. But when you're dealing with these Muppets in the authorities, the corporation version and all of that, and they only go about what the government says and the guidelines and all of that and everything, which the guidelines is actually causing more harm than good, then you got to ask yourself the question, why are these people not questioning the guidelines to help people and protect people? I've noticed these people ain't smart enough. They may have gone off and done a degree in what you call it in university on a psychiatrist level, and maybe looked at maybe added like social studies or something along with it and everything else. And 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 there's one I've noticed, guys, when I went there. You can see they were very restricted. They knew what was going on and so on. But you can see in their faces they were very restrictive, and by the policies and all of that. I mean, they were better off owning their own practice, so they could help properly. But what I've also noticed is like you do bang your head against the wall when you know more than they do. It's They're like, oh no, that's not it. That's just conspiracy theory and all of that. I've noticed anything that somebody disagrees with is a conspiracy theory. That is not healthy either. I mean, I've asked this question long ago as well. It's like, when has something, I mean, with so much truth and it's not the establishment of thinking, does not become a conspiracy theory? That's one of the questions I have put out there all the times, and to those in authority. You know what I mean? I even asked for a police officer, when are you going to stop going along with I can't say the word properly, so I'm going to say it a certain way. I did say to them, when are you, you know what I mean, basically going to look into Gene or Slide, you know what I mean? And all of that. And they just looked at you like you were from another planet. Oh, there's none of that going on these days. And this was before 7th of October, guys. This is about something else. You know? This is with what we've seen from 2020 on, and then beforehand as well, and with the geoengineering that's going on as well. You know what I mean? And they just look at you daft and so forth. And even when you show them the science and everything, they just like, huh? And what you call it? I was looking into Hydra tech as well, guys. If you guys don't know what it is, the Hydra that's being used in beauty products with Oriflame and stuff like that. If I was you guys, I was looking into that as well. And I've noticed, if you know more than the establishment, if you know more than what's going on, and you spot a lot of corruption going on within the establishment, and we know it's still the establishment don't mind basically getting rid of good people that are speaking out and telling the truth and showing the evidence and all of that. But at the same time, I mean, when you then try and bring evidence forward, right, and you're being attacked left, right, and centre, I mean, physically attacked, and your home's being attacked and all of that, and because, I mean, say for argument's sake, I mean, you got attacked, by the authorities in your teens, and then years later, I mean, you then find out something the authorities have done, and you expose them, and because the authorities wouldn't help you out, I mean, like a decade before, and the authorities still won't help you out, and then you start exposing them for many things, like the go along with fracking, go along with smart meters, going along with go along with the WEF, go along with you you got it. I mean, and you find out that they brought like 40 naughty adults into an area that does naughty things to children, let's say, right? And you know what I mean? And then you get the Irish Joe public thinking the authorities are going to help you. No, they're going to screw you over. You know what I mean? This is what I've been trying to teach people for years. You know what I mean? If you know something going on, the authorities are not going to help you. They're going to screw you over. I've been trying to teach this to people close to me as well. You know what I mean? And this shows that we've got corrupt authorities, and even the mental health teams and all of that are actually involved. I mean, if they get called to close ranks and someone, and to, and you get the old back of hand going, oh, if you do this for me, I'll do that for you, and then blah, blah, blah. And then the person who's actually innocent, they ends up getting screwed over. You know what I mean? And then it's down to the person then to be clever to actually get the truth out to the public. You know what I mean? So I've noticed that over the years with many people, guys. I've noticed that there are loads and loads of people, and yet we are told by the establishment, you can trust us. But you're backstabbing, you're lying, you're just deceitful in nature, you're hiding of evidence and this, that, and so forth. And you cause a lot of the mental health problems that you send people into mental health teams like TY EINON and all that don't really help you. But instead, a lot of the times, they patronize you. It's absolutely pathetic. And you can tell these are the same people. Either they are going along with the agendas that we're seeing from the World Economic Forum, or they're just so stupid that they haven't got a clue what's going on. And it's just unbelievable. Or simply they just don't care. And to me, it's only one of those options that makes them a good person, and that's being stupid. If they're stupid and they don't know what's going on, at least they got chances of doing good. But the other two, yeah, I mean, it makes them an evil bunch of so-and-sos. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I gave up on authorities long ago and stuff like that, and I try and keep telling people, you know, but yeah, I mean, but they keep saying to me, "No, keep trying, keep going, Tom, keep phoning them." I'm like, I'm just like a hamster on a bloody wheel getting nowhere. What the hell are you doing? And what I've noticed as well, when I go out of the box type thinking, when I sort of like do things out of the box, I don't know if things work. They work for me. But then I notice other people then don't like that out of box thinking, and I mean, but these mental health places, though, guys, they are terrible. They're absolutely pathetic, and I'm going to wrap it up in a minute now as well. But I'll show you another comment. Absolutely disgrace of a mental health team. I've been diagnosed with PTSD. I missed one app after my diagnosis and started medication. I was discharged because I forgot my app was that day. Joke of a place. Health board should review and how they operate and how they treat their patients. It's absolutely disgusting at this place. You know, let's do one more. Yeah, we finally found one that's got more than 2 stars, 3 stars, and I mean. And the thing is, they probably haven't been there that long. I think I know that person. I won't show the face, but it says here, as much as I want to put my trust in, this is the thing. This is what I mean. We don't want to criticize them just for the sake of criticizing. But the trouble is, they are awful on many levels. Yeah, I mean, they are disgustingly awful on many levels. Here we go. As much as I want to put my trust into TY EINON, I cannot. The lack of communication is beyond awful. I thought my communication skills were, I mean, is terrible, especially for the typing and handwriting because of my dyslexia. But when I'm speaking like this, I seem to be much, much better. But when I'm handwriting and stuff like that, oh my God. I mean, calling a detective on how to work out my grammar. But anyway. So anyway, it goes on here. As much as I want to put my trust into TY EINON, I cannot. The lack of communication is beyond. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're dyslexic like myself, buy dyslexic glasses. I know they're £20 but they're bloody useful. They've helped me out a lot to read things, okay? Anyway, their lack of communication is beyond awful and don't expect much from them to get back to you after leaving a message. I found one of the secretaries under my assigned psychiatrist very blunt and rude and not helpful at all. Have avoided her now due to this. Don't expect any form of reassurance or for her to even know who to contact in terms of crisis. And the thing, and I'll talk about one thing in a minute now, guys, as well. Considering 2 points of access had been sent across and 2 further A&E visits due to crisis point, there is no assigned CPN Severe improvements need to be made to ensure that their patients are cared for in the correct manner. But by then, many patients would have died, and so on. These people are useless. These people, I mean, they make it look like they aiding and abetting murder. They're probably not doing that, but I mean, it seems like they aid and abetting the government and so forth to let people slip through the system and die. If anyone had to be, I mean, had to put those, bullets out there or to fire those shots. But yeah, I was seeing rapidly. Let's see what these things. This is probably like similar to my first dealing now with TY EINON over 13 years ago. They were a little bit better back in 2007, but since then they've gone downhill. You know what I mean? I was seeing rapidly and appropriately doing the appropriately. Okay. During the early weeks of the COVID pandemic by TY EINON, and when I experienced a severe manic break and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. But the thing is, I mean, I know these these mental health places are quick to diagnose you or having that, and so forth. I mean, are these people really diagnosed with these things, or is this something else? Because I've noticed in other circles, I mean, in the natural path, so the natural homeopaths and all that and so forth, it could come from different areas. And they're quick to, I mean, these people in the establishment medicines, I mean, are quick to diagnose something and then quickly give you a tablet so they can get paid. I mean, was this diagnosed done so the psychiatrist can get better wages, or was this a genuine diagnosis of the person's mental health? We're going to ask these questions. I also received several follow-up video consults. Oh, they never offered me a video consult when I said I couldn't get down there because of my legs. Yeah, I mean, they said, "Oh, you've got to come down and all that," and I was like, "Legs are killing." And I mean, I put my legs through like a regime of, what's that stuff I got here? Claudia Silver, and I got this raw butter stuff as well, shea butter and loads of other stuff. And I did drink a bit like alcohol as well because my legs were in so much pain, so I drank a bit of some comfort and to numb the pain to go down there. Anyway, and I was in so much pain, guys, going down. I mean, and that shows how terrible that they make people walk down there. And I know it's not that far from me, but still, they still make people walk to get to them when they could have offered me a video consult. I never knew that until I'm reading this. No wonder I don't trust the establishment. Never will. I'm never going to do. Anyway, I've had a good experience with advice given, follow up, and medication change liaisons with my GP. Oh, they don't mind giving you medication if you just go along without question, without finding out another ways to deal with your disorders and mental disorders naturally and all of that. They're helping, you know what I mean? It means then they're getting more money for it. Anyway, but I mean, so it says, I have had a good experience with advice given for them, blah, 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 blah. When I experienced advice side effects on the meds initially, prescribed after my inpatient stay at Kevin Coyd. I think this clinic is doing the best it can with ever. Oh, they're not, actually. They're not. Because, put it this way, I'm on way less money than they are, right? Way less money than they are. And I've set up an operation. I mean, most people couldn't even set up an operation when I got here. You know what I mean? I mean, because when I first started building my computer and all that, I was on maybe £75 a week. I put money by and stuff like that, saved up and everything. Trouble with these authorities, they spend money willy-nilly and then expect more to come in, and it's not there. When the money was there, they didn't save it. That's the problem. I mean, we see it with councils, we see this, that, and so on. And the trouble with the councils and authorities and mental health places and all of that, when someone is, very intelligent, and knows what's going on. And if that person hasn't got a PhD or nothing, or or a BA or whatever, they don't listen to you, despite you could have a solution. You could have studied every, say a psychiatrist book. Because don't forget, how else do you think these psychiatrists learn? Yeah, reading from books, and and having a teacher teach them and stuff like that. So they got to have somebody else to teach them in the first place. And the thing is, as well, I've done psychology, and plus I've been on the other side as well for the psychologists in multiple ways. The reason why I say in multiple ways, I've been on the other end with psychologists as well. Is one, I've gone to psychologists, when my family broke up and stuff like that, and I went to counselling and got it sorted, and then there was the other side then, when I was doing performing arts, a group of counsellors were in training, so they asked us down in, would you guys like to be, sort of like role play with these counselors, these psychiatrist counsellors sort of thing. And I went, yeah, okay. And a few others said, yeah, okay as well. So we role played and stuff like that. And but what I did, I used my real life experiences to actually, to role play with the counselor I had, the psychiatrist I had then. And to give them a proper feel of what they were going to go into, and then all of a sudden, once we finished and stuff like that, they got asked, the trainees in psychiatry were asked, how did that feel? And the one that I had didn't know if I was acting or genuine, but she said, this one felt real. It felt like I was getting properly trained in this field. And I felt like I had to come up with a genuine answer and all of that with this one. And she didn't have to come up with a genuine answer. I just wanted to put a real life experience that I had gone through out there to see how, they would deal with it. Because they're going to have to deal with so many different scenarios when they deal with patients. And to be honest, she did very well, to be honest. It was her that gave me faith in authority, not all of authority, but that aspect. Knowing that she would be in there, going out and doing well, but as authority on the whole, yeah, no, I don't have great faith in authority in general. But there's like minute throughout the whole system. But we fight minute people that will do good. But when it comes to TY EINON, yeah, you're better off shooting yourself in the head. Don't do it though. Don't do it. But you can feel that way, but don't do it, okay? But because they do make you feel like that, and they do make you. And the question is then, why are these places making people that go and seek help from these places? Why are they making people feel like they need to shoot themselves in the head when they've actually gone there for help and don't get it, and then end up, what you call it? I know there's some people you can never help and all of that and so on. But when somebody also comes with solutions and stuff like that, and the authorities are all they doing is getting in the way, and then the authorities wonder why, then the person just like, you know what, you lot are idiots. Don't blame the person who's come with all the solutions. Authority, those in authority. You need to look at yourself. Why are you blocking the person that's come with solutions, and yet you keep blocking, every step of the way? There's that as well. So, but not, no, guys, I'm going to end it there. And I might do another one tomorrow. Don't know, but yeah, guys, I do not trust this place called TY EINON. This place, it's disgusting. They've had money pumped into that building to look all professional, but it's a shithole. of ideologies and stuff like that. When you actually go inside, guys, I mean, and you go into some of the rooms, I mean, it doesn't make you feel that you're in a place for your mental health. You feel like you're in a place where your next step is the morgue. And there's a few comments, I mean, in the reviews that have said that, I mean, if they just relied on this place, they'd be dead now. They would be totally dead. And if you're a person that doesn't know better and you think this is the only way, you keep going back to them. I mean, because these people at TY EINON, they only have a certain level of knowledge. It's like someone like me who's actually done a gestalt of knowledge, who've actually gone further afield and gone on a whole of looking at different aspects of life and different aspects of and how to dealing with one's stress, one's health, and all of that, and so on. But yet, the police and these idiots, TY EINON and all of that, and so forth, the parties that I've dealt with are idiots. The people, I mean, absolute morons. But you try to explain on a, I mean, on a much more informative level, they do not want to know. They just want to go, oh, cut that shop. I mean, and if they are feeling like they're feeling, I mean, I was going to use, I mean, less intelligent, but then again, if they feel stupid, then right, that's not on me. If I know something more than them, then they shouldn't let that stop somebody getting help. It's down to them to go and learn what the person's bringing to the table. You know what I mean? They shouldn't close it down and shut it down. It's down to them, end of the day, to go and learn, because the stuff I brought up, it's going to be the same stuff that's going to affect everybody. Right? And they kept shutting it down. And I was bringing, I mean, the reasons why all this was going on and so forth, and why people like me were feeling the pressures and stress, and why others would commit suicide and so forth. They didn't want to know. Me, if I was a psychiatrist, I would listen to that person and find out, okay, so what you're telling me, this is going on, but this is why other people may be feeling this, right? Right, I'll take that on board. I'll write it down and I'll go and check for myself later on. And then I might be able to help those then, because what you've brought to the table is something I didn't know, but now I know. I can look into it myself. But what you find with these in authorities and all that, because they're like, oh, I didn't know. I mean, 8 or 10 times, they just shut you down, don't want to know. And then the problem persists and continues, and people end up dying, people end up committing suicide, people end up doing so on and so on. And this is why we have a failed system. Well, it's not failed, it's been designed this way. I mean, to look like it's helping, but really it's killing you. And you look at the money system. There's, at the moment, it's just barely staying afloat because there's less people alive. So that money is just barely stretching out to people. But if you kept all those people alive, I mean, got terminated in the last 3 or 4 years, that's one way of putting it, then that money would have had to stretch out to those as well. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by printing more money, therefore devaluing the currency, therefore pushing the prices up, therefore everything more expensive for everyone else. That's why there's been a culling event over the last 3 or 4 years, because otherwise the hyperinflation would have kicked in sooner, and then people would have, feel the pinch more. Because then if you haven't got that many people to print for, therefore the currency's value stays roughly in the spot, where it's been in a few years. But if you got more and more people coming in, you got to print more money out, therefore devaluing the cash, the notes and all that, so therefore prices go up. And then you hear people saying, "Oh, you're screwing the system," when the system's screwing us. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm going to be doing hopefully, one of the people in authorities, one of the chiefs of, that's in my local authorities, gives me a contact tomorrow because I've emailed them, and I've got some things I want to bring up, and some solutions as well that I want to bring up as well. And because, like before, I did a 12-point presentation of solutions for Gwalior and how to make things better for the tenant side and how to make things safer. But yeah, I mean, despite one person, the one that looked at it, I mean, while I was standing, I was like, these are good ideas. So I'm wondering who actually knocked it on the head. I say, no, we can't have that. But the person I spoke to, and you know who you are, Bates. I mean, you looked at it and you thought there was some good ideas in the 12-page document that I handed to you many years ago. I think it was like, how long ago now? I think it was like 2007, something like that. It was well over a decade ago. But there's always something that's, I mean, anything that helps the public or so forth, it's how it gets like pushed to one side, and then anything then is for the government or go on murdering and so forth. Yeah, I mean, then they support. Then maybe that's why the establishment, the police, supported my attackers, because the establishment have shown they're always willing to support those that are willing to kill. Yeah, I mean, anyone that exposes crimes of the establishment. Anyway, and so on that note, guys, you guys take care and have a good one. Just remember, if you are going to be sent to this place, TY EINON and stuff like that, I mean, like they tried to send me, many times, and the thing is, every time I've gone there, they said, I mean, you're mentally sound. All that's wrong is your emotions, basically, and the stress. And they did try and diagnose me with schizophrenia, but I didn't show no signs of that. Many people I've spoke to and stuff like that, they've said, no, you haven't got that. I mean, and these have been people, and I mean, I could just be like in a pub and talking, and then we talk about each other's professions and stuff like that. And then if I find out they've done like psychiatry or something like that, I said, how do I come across to you right now? Normal. I said, well, I would disagree with that because I try to be not normal. I try to be weird. But anyway, and they said, well, you don't come across with mental health issues. And I'm like, funny you should mention that. I've had somebody try to diagnose me with schizophrenia and all of that. I mean, I may talk out loud because of my dyslexia, but apart from that, I mean, and they went, oh, no, you don't come across as that. I mean, and no matter how many times I try to tell the police, I try to tell, I mean, all these people in the authorities and the councils and all that, I mean, housing options, all these people, I mean, I mean, what it is, they use the mental health thing as an excuse not to deal with things. That's what it is. I mean, you try and tell them what's really going on, and I've told them the root cause. I said the root cause is I lost my home, and I'm trying to find a home for myself. I mean, all I need is to get in a home, and I'm fine. Because I'm about to lose this one in 2 days, and that's what it is. I mean. But no, they'd rather go around the houses and stuff like that. Get around houses. I can't believe they just used that. But anyway, they'd rather go, I mean, all over the place, right? Instead of just going for the solution. That's where the problem lies. We've got so many retards in authority. Yeah, I'm going to put it that way. There's so many retards in authority that don't want to get to the solution, but they'd rather just go around the houses. And that's where the stress and anxieties and all that come from, because you're not, going straight to the cause and then solving it. You're just going to the symptoms and round in circles. Here we go again, sort of thing. And then the person ends up dead or wherever. You know what I mean? That is where the problem lies. We've got so many stupid people in key positions of society. Is reasons why we're in this mess. We're not putting the proper skilled people in the proper jobs. We got a lot of stupid people in key positions. I mean, we've got some intelligent people in key positions as well, but but we've got a lot of stupid ones as well. You know, that we need to kick them out and put them in. And we've got a lot of agents of the state. You know what I mean? Basically bringing down this nation of ours as well. So we've got to be careful of that too. So no, I'll end it there, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care and be careful out there. Bye.